No respect people actually, put the time in to make like good shows, because I'm not very good at that. If you guys have known my whole thing on social media since I've started, like I've gained hundreds of millions of long form views by rambling into microphones. That's kind of been what I've excelled at for my entire adult life. That being said, we're being real here. It says here, where analyst Rachel Demita puts uncomfortable Caitlin Clark truth.
A report distributed by Yahoo Sports has sparked conversation about Unrivaled's declining viewership and its possible connection to Caitlin Clark's absence. The original article was published by Essentially Sports, which does not carry the same authority as major outlets such as ESPN. However, because Yahoo distributes the content, it has reached a much broader audience, despite Yahoo's practice of republishing material from various sources. The headline highlights what it describes as an uncomfortable reality for Unrivaled as its viewer numbers continue to decline. According to analyst Rachel Demita, the league may be facing challenges tied to Clark's absence. Demita, who recently secured a partnership with SiriusXM, has built a reputation for producing high-quality sports content alongside Rose Goldoniut. Unlike casual content creators who simply offer unstructured commentary, these hosts dedicate significant effort to producing polished, professionally crafted programming. In her YouTube analysis, Demita pointed to Unrivaled's November 2024 marketing campaign, which included cryptic hints suggesting that Clark might potentially join the league.
In her latest YouTube breakdown, she called Unrivaled's 2025 November marketing tease that hinted at Clark's involvement with Cryptic 22 references. That was 2024. It says here, only for her to pass, leaving the least credibility and data just season 2 tipped off. This bait and switch didn't disappoint fans. It amplified Unrivaled's vulnerability. Unrivaled founders, it says here, the growth hinged on buzz, highlighted how preseason campaign was built on false hope of Clark. I do think that was more last year.
Fans interpreted the promotional hints as signs that Caitlin Clark would be joining the league. However, when Unrivaled launched its second season without securing her participation, many supporters were left disappointed. The frustration went beyond unmet expectations. It revealed deeper weaknesses in the league's growth strategy. Unrivaled's expansion depends heavily on building excitement and attracting attention. By creating preseason marketing campaigns that fueled speculation about Clark's involvement, the league risked damaging its credibility when those expectations were not fulfilled. That promotional miscalculation largely occurred during the previous year's campaign cycle. After Clark officially confirmed she would not participate in Unrivaled, the league instead added Sabrina Ionescu. While Ionescu is a star in her own right, viewership data suggests she does not generate the same level of audience draw as Clark.
I do think that was more last year. And I think Unrivaled benefited from, as soon as Caitlin Clark announced she wasn't doing it, they announced Sabrina Ionescu, which is not Caitlin Clark. It's clearly not Caitlin Clark. If you look, the views, people aren't watching for Sabrina Ionescu, but there's more hype. There's more buzz around it when you have a name like Sabrina Ionescu. And you have a well-known name that is known to everybody in basketball circles because she's the best shoe.
Having Sabrina Ionescu on board does generate more buzz than featuring relatively unknown players. Her reputation as one of the game's elite shooters carries significant respect across basketball communities. Adding a recognizable star lends credibility to the league, even if she does not possess the same level of star power as Caitlin Clark. The larger issue, however, is one of timing. The marketing miscalculation carries greater consequences now than it did during the league's inaugural season. Last year, Unrivaled benefited from the novelty factor. Its 3-on-3 format, showcasing WNBA talent during the off-season, sparked curiosity, leading to reported sellouts and respectable television ratings. Still, some have questioned whether a crowd of roughly 800 attendees truly qualifies as a sellout, raising concerns about the scale of the venue and the sustainability of that early momentum.
And you have a well-known name that is known to everybody in basketball circles because she's the best shoe. It becomes a big thing. And let's be completely real. Like, it says here, the misfire matters now because it eroded right before tip-off. Last season, novelty, high-stakes 3x3. with off-season targets of sellouts and solid ratings. Look, is 800 really a sellout? Without Clark, the league faces immediate pressure to prove its model amid no-shows and resale dumps. Left the expanded area looking half empty on open weekend. Compare this to your big three.
Without the presence of Caitlin Clark, the league now faces immediate pressure to prove that its business model is sustainable. Reports of empty seats in the expanded arena during opening weekend, along with accounts of no-shows and heavily discounted resale tickets flooding secondary markets, have raised concerns about maintaining long-term fan interest. Comparisons to the trajectory of Big Three serve as a cautionary example. The men's three on 3 League generated major buzz in its inaugural 2017 season, largely due to the participation of former NBA stars. However, by its third season, viewership had reportedly declined by nearly 50% as players aged and the novelty factor wore off. Unrivaled now appears to be following a similar pattern. Like the Big Three, it initially attracted attention through a fresh format and recognizable talent. But once the early excitement faded, many fans decided the concept did not resonate strongly enough to keep them engaged long-term.
Compare this to your Big Three's trajectory. The X3 men's league exploded in year 1 ex-NBA talent saw viewership half by season 3 as stars aged out and hype faded, mirroring Unrival's current fall. Like, I mean this when I say this. I watched, was it 2017, the first year of the Big Three? I watched bits of it and I was like, this isn't for me. And I think for most people, we're in agreement, Big Three is not for them. And in terms of 3x3 basketball, like, I've played.
3-on-3 basketball presents inherent challenges as a spectator sport, regardless of the talent involved. While the format is highly enjoyable to play, it does not always translate into compelling television entertainment. Even athletes who have excelled in 3x3 competition, some of whom have defeated national team players at youth championships, often admit that watching the games can feel less engaging than participating in them. This gap between playing enjoyment and viewing appeal highlights structural concerns about the format as a televised product. Traditionally, 3x3 basketball thrives in outdoor, festival-style environments. Events such as Ball Out 3x3 in the United Kingdom or women's summer tournaments in Spokane succeed because they create dynamic, all-day experiences. Spectators can move freely between multiple courts, watch different matchups, and enjoy music and social interaction while players connect between games. That lively atmosphere is far different from the controlled setting of a single televised arena broadcast.
I've played. It's a sport that I've played a lot. It's ironically a form of basketball that growing up I was really good at. Like, by the time I hit 18, I was not an international level player at my age group by any means. But in like our national under 18s championships, my team of me and 2 friends beat multiple teams made up of 3 guys on the national team. Like, we were like...
These types of tournaments succeed primarily as participatory experiences rather than passive viewing events. The decision to elevate 3x3 basketball to Olympic status raised some skepticism, especially given that even full-court 3-on-3 formats can sometimes feel less engaging to watch than traditional half-court play. During its inaugural season, Unrivaled reportedly averaged around 210,000 viewers per broadcast. However, current ratings have not come close to matching that benchmark. The article also references a surge in WNBA viewership during the 2024 rookie season of Caitlin Clark, with some games surpassing 2 million viewers. In 2025, amid Clark's injury-limited participation, viewership reportedly declined to around 900,000. That said, those figures require important context. It is unclear whether the numbers refer to overall league-wide averages or specifically to games featuring the Indiana Fever. League-wide broadcasts did not consistently average those exact figures across all matchups, making the comparison potentially misleading. A more pressing business issue involves Unrivaled's 6-year broadcasting agreement with TNT. The deal reportedly includes a 3-year opt-out clause, creating uncertainty around long-term revenue stability if performance metrics fail to meet expectations.
Like, we were like I was damn good at it. I can't watch 3-on-3. This is a game that everything I did in the sport suited perfectly. I can't watch it. I can't even watch it. It's not a spectator sport. 3v3 is an outdoor game where people are blaring music, and there's a bunch of outdoor courts, and you can make like a 3v3 event like the Ball Out UK, and there's even the women's basketball, the Spokane 3-on-3, what they were running in it.
Stephanie White has acknowledged that excessive perimeter contact often goes insufficiently officiated in the WNBA, a concern echoed across the league. Caitlin Clark has frequently been subjected to grabbing and holding on the perimeter, with one broadcast featuring Rebecca Lobo pointing out multiple missed fouls in succession. Similarly, Stephen Curry recently faced aggressive face guarding from the Charlotte Hornets, and he was asked afterward about the defensive strategy used against him.